Hope you're enjoying your ladies' night, your first time.
It is.
Getting in on a ladies' night, if that makes sense.
Yes. First time on that.
I remember there was one comment on our Facebook. It was like, why are you trying to segregate yourself?
Hello, welcome to Ladies' Night with me, Edeline, and we are joined by the lovely Lavon. Hi. And we are joined by the CEOs of Black High Street, Ricardo and Asha. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So let's get started. So what we start with is our segment called Ladies Lovin'. Now what Ladies Lovin' is all about is what ladies are kind of loving at the moment. So at the moment, ladies seem to be loving Wolf Whistle. They seem to be loving to get kind of chirps on, as you can say, or move to. I don't know if you're watching Celebrity Big Brother at the moment, and Anne Widdecombe is on there, and I think she used to be a member of the MP. Are you watching it?
No, I have Twitter, so I see it. But yeah,
she used to be an MP, and yes, she's an elderly lady, and she was saying that wolf whistling is a good thing, you know. If a girl's walking past and she's having a bad day, a wolf whistle could just brighten up her day. And the world is just becoming too serious. We are just taking everything too seriously, and there's nothing wrong with a wolf whistle. What do you guys think? Number one, do you guys even wolf whistle at anybody?
I stay away from that.
No, that's not your style.
It's a bit lazy and predated, I think. So
yeah,
I can't co-sign that.
Yeah, I think I share the same opinion. I kind of see it as something that happens on a building site.
Yeah.
Builders wolf whistling at women as they walk past and kind of objectifying them a little bit.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with that. I guess in the time that we're living in now, everything is online and there's a lot of opinions around things. But no doubt there might be certain circumstances where you've got someone who's wolf whistled, someone who's been wolf whistled at, and those two people themselves might not actually find anything wrong with it. But generally, I don't see a point in it, to be honest with you. And I guess it's also like a cultural thing as well. I think, I'm more sort of hear the term like when you sort of go to someone sort of thing, as opposed to like a wolf whistle. So
yeah. I mean, I think they're the same things, just
exactly,
in different cultures.
Yeah. So I think, but either of them, it's just lazy. Yeah, just go and talk. Let's talk.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way. So that means you guys won't be getting arrested, because in France right now they're actually, thinking of making it illegal for people to wolf whistle at women. They're saying that it's, another form of sexual harassment. I mean, that's the point where I agree with Anne Widdecombe, because it's like, people are taking things a bit too seriously. We have the CEOs of Black High Street, well, 2 out of 3. We have Asha and Ricardo. Thank you for being here, guys.
You're welcome. Thanks.
I hope you're enjoying the conversations. What is Black High Street, just in a nutshell?
It's an online platform which promotes and creates awareness for black-owned businesses, I think, in a nutshell.
Yeah, we'll echo that.
And what makes it stand out? Like, what makes it so special, should we say?
Me? Well, on the surface, it is a marketplace. It's a platform for black-owned businesses. But at a deeper level, and kind of echoing what Asha was saying, there's an education to what we're trying to do as well. We want to work with the businesses in terms of how they present themselves, financing, business strategies, etc. So it's not just about signing up and putting your products on there. There's a lot of conversations that are happening with the 3 of us behind the scenes with the companies, and by having that conversation, all of the companies have a kind of a similar aesthetic in terms of the level. So that's kind of what I guess stands out, is that sort of moral and ethical side to it as well.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of a uniqueness. I think as a platform, I think there are a number of other platforms out there, but what we're trying to offer is that deeper understanding and the education side of it for our clients primarily. So I think that's what makes it a little bit more special than your other platforms that are out there.
And I think one of the main questions, and this is one of the questions I thought when I first, stumbled across Black High Street is, it obviously says black in the name, so like, is it for everyone, and how do you get that message across that it is for everyone? Yeah,
so I mean, that kind of takes us, I guess, towards like branding, and you can have loads of different strategies in terms of how you name yourself. So a lot of companies can kind of use puns or mashups, like Google, it's a word that doesn't exist. We decided to go with something that was descriptive, that was easy to understand, because it's important that people get the metaphor we're talking about. It's a digital high street, it's not a physical high street, but in this country we understand the term high street. But I've actually never seen a black high street, growing up. So it would actually be nice, metaphorically, to think of a high street that had just loads of black companies. And in terms of what you said, is it for everyone? It's for everyone. In the same way that we shop in shops that are owned by other cultures, that's essentially what it is. So the name is there to kind of provoke that response that you're getting, but ultimately, it's just like any other platform. It's just all black owned.
Yeah. And how long has this been around?
So we set up 2016, summer 2016. The conversation started earlier on that year, and I think we had our kind of initial milestones, and then really quickly worked out that this idea needs real time, care, attention. It's more than a business, it's kind of social change, it's about our culture. So we launched the first platform, Parade, 1st of January this year.
Okay, and what is Parade?
So Parade is an online marketplace. So like Asha said, the company's called Black High Street, and within that we create digital products. So the first one of those is an online marketplace called Parade. And if you're a black-owned business and you've got items to sell, then Parade is the product that we created for your company. Yeah,
can you on site basically, and what kind of products do you stock?
Well, if you're a black-owned business, you have great quality products, and they kind of fit the criteria of what we've stipulated on the platform itself. Then yes, of course you can sell on Parade. Currently we have some fantastic products. I think you'd agree with that, Ricardo. Right now we have some great products on the site. We've got some organic skincare, hair care products, some jewellery.
Some
home stuff,
some jewellery, some homeware, home accessories, some candles.
It looks good. It's come along, because from when I first spoke to you guys to now, it seems to be building and it's evolving.
Well, we just hit a milestone last week. We got 100 products.
Hey.
So I'm feeling good. We're feeling really good about that. I think it's nice. Because I think it's been a really positive response to the launch. And I think it's just been, the response that we've had to our marketing campaigns and stuff like that. It's been amazing. So to reach 100 products since 1st of January, really, is a real big milestone for us.
It's an achievement, definitely.
Sure.
Definitely.
And like we said, Lee can't be here, but he's still uploading products. I saw a notification come through on my phone. So I think we're at about 120 now.
Oh, like as we speak, literally.
I think it's good because there are a lot of companies that are still coming through, and obviously right now, going back to our earlier conversation, we're trying to be hands-on with companies. So you can just go on and do everything yourself, but in these first few months, we kind of want to be as hands-on with the sellers as possible. So we're doing a lot of the uploading for them, which means that we actually see when new products are coming on board.
And there are plenty more to come. So we're getting inquiries. Ricardo was saying we're getting inquiries every day. There's different types of products which are due to come on. We're looking at books, cards, male grooming products, beard oils
Yeah.
and accessories, etc. So watch this space. There's going to be plenty more on there. Hopefully we can talk again when we're sort of in the 200s, maybe even beyond that. So
Definitely. And you mentioned black-owned businesses quite a lot. So what would your definition of a black-owned business be?
So two really. I think you can be sole owned. So just the business owners are all black. But for us as well, it's about an equal share. So for instance, if I own a business, if there's two people in the business and one is black and one is white, it's a black owned business as well as a white owned business.
Okay.
Because there's an equal share. So it's about going above that threshold and not below that threshold in terms of what the definition of a black owned business is.
Okay. And how can sellers benefit from Parade?
I think there's many benefits. I think with Parade, I think it's a great platform. But I think the most immediate is that it's a ready-made marketplace. Essentially, our sellers can take advantage of the fact that the platform is already made, and they avoid all the cost of setting up their own shop, for example, on the high street physical premises, or even building their own website and managing that. So I think that's, I guess, the immediate advantage of coming onto Parade.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people, sort of, you do have your sellers that are already prepared. They have their product range photographed well.
Yeah.
There's a clear sort of brand aesthetic to it. And then sometimes you have people that have the brilliant idea but don't necessarily know how to execute it. And that's kind of where we can give our advice in terms of our background.
Yeah.
And depending upon the package that you sign up for, it can be that you manage it all yourself, or a higher package, we help manage it for you. So that even includes things like doing the photo shoots and things like that as well. So there's, there are varying packages and opportunities.
And just to kind of add on to that, I guess it's about kind of business development. I guess that's one of the biggest advantages of kind of signing up to the platform where we're offering that business development.
And you're kind of seeing like a little ecosystem appearing as well. A lot of our sellers know the other sellers, and it's about that amplification. That I think that struck me like really early on, how the perceptions and the stereotypes that kind of existed when you shine a light in this manner, you realise that there are loads of black-owned businesses, like so many, but they're swallowed up in all the noise. So platforms like ours are really good, and I think, like I said, because it's social change, you need more. You need more of what we're doing. This isn't about creating a monopoly. Like we'll be happy if people sort of follow our lead and whatnot. There's a bigger project there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said that you started 2016. And how's the journey been? Like, have you faced any challenges? Has there been a rocky road?
It has been a rocky road. I think you're right. We started, or we set it all up in 2016, August 2016. And I think one of the biggest challenges we faced was kind of making sure that our strategy was right, and that we were coming to the market with the right type of product. Really, we had site problems. We over-egged some of our deliverables. We didn't get our timings right, and I think it's very typical of most startup businesses. And that was probably our biggest challenge, is just kind of getting the journey right. We wanted everything to be just right and perfect before we launched, and it's taken us from August 2016 to the 1st of January 2018 to get what we feel is a really good offering, basically. There's been many challenges along the way. Thank you very much.
Let anyone know where you can find them? Instagram, Twitter, website, wherever.
So the main site is blackhighstreet.co.uk, www obviously. Instagram.com/Black High Street, Twitter.com/Black High Street, and Facebook same thing /Black High Street. So yeah, so you can find us on all of the socials.
Following now.
Sounds Livon's on that, and you better be as well. I want to find out, the people behind Black High Street.
Where was I raised?
Born and raised,
Born and raised,
Good place
northwest
to start.
London.
Okay.
Lived in Ealing for a long time, so throughout college, went to Stanmore College.
Yeah.
When I left there, I went to university, in North London, called Metropolitan University or something now.
Yeah.
Oh, London
I'm
Met.
pretty sure that's
Yeah,
it.
London
Oh,
Met,
okay.
London Met. So yeah, and then sort of graduated from there and moved on to working in all sorts of different places.
Oh man, I didn't even realise. See, I've learned something about my close friend. There's a few other places that I didn't know you lived.
Yeah.
So I'm northwest, started off in northwest as well. Lived in Willesden.
Wow, everyone's not
I'm a Park Royal baby. Then moved to Lewisham Borough, Brockley. Then back up to Willesden. Spent a bit of time in South, and then ended up in Queensbury. So I was like near Asher. Yeah, and then now I live in Harrow, and kind of school-wise, it was all of those boroughs. I went to Greenhill College. I went Claremont High, so it was around the corner from Asher. I went to Greenhill College. I think all of them are now called Harrow College, so they've all combined, didn't they? And then I went to Guildhall University, which is the other half of what is now London Met. So we actually went to, he was in North Campus, I was City. And I actually teach there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you teach as well?
Yeah.
Nice. So what was school like for you guys? Like, were you guys bullied? Were you guys popular? Like, what was school life like for you guys?
School life. No, I wasn't popular. I was scrawny. But loved my scrawniness. So wasn't bullied, but just sat somewhere in the middle. And found it easy to make friends because I moved around so much. That's definitely one thing that I found quite easy in my school life. Like, never had a problem generating new friendships. So I guess that's kind of why I sort of cherish our business friendship that we have now, because it was stability really hit home from college onwards for myself in terms of moving around to different places. So my friend circle sort of stayed the same from my college years onwards, hence Ian Asher sort of being in my circle now.
See, I was the opposite.
Yeah.
At high school, I think I was that guy.
He was the bully.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't quite the bully, but I was the class clown, the joker.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a bit disruptive. Very, very popular. I was like it.
I can imagine that.
Yeah, I had friends everywhere, so I had all the geeky kids were still my friends, all the cool kids were also my friends. I could move around quite easily around, in the school. So yeah, I was.
You sound like you loved school.
I like from that aspect of school, the very early years of school. I think I really enjoyed it. Sort of the first 2 or 3 years, and I think around about the last kind of 2 years of high school, I didn't enjoy so much. In fact, I became very introvert then. I was very quiet. I was a little bit more withdrawn and didn't enjoy school then. I couldn't actually wait to get out. I think I much preferred going to college. So when I left, college was like, for me, the best thing because it was just independent learning. I kind of came and it wasn't so structured. I liked the fact that I could kind of come to college when it was time to come to college, leave when it was, when my lessons were over and kind of go home and do, and so I think for me at that time, just growing up, I think that was really good for me, that kind of independent learn by yourself, didn't have the teachers telling you what to do or whatever. I think I enjoyed learning more then. And then finished college and went to uni and all that kind of stuff. And all of that part of the study, I really enjoyed. I like that type of thing.
So did you guys know what you wanted to be when you grew up, should we say, from like early?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, straight. I mean, I knew from I knew for me, from probably the age of sort of 13, that business, some type of business.
From 13?
From 13,
okay, cool.
I knew that business was going to be part of what I did in life. I was only ever really good at school on a couple of things, and that was like maths, science. So those kind of things I really enjoyed, this kind of that aspect of learning. I always knew I was going to be in business. At first I wanted to do investment banking, stockbroking, all that kind of stuff, and that's where I was focusing. And then I was like, nah, it's not really kind of it. And I thought it was, but accountancy was more my thing. I knew I was going to do accountancy or something. You know?
Wow, I wish I knew. What were you? Did you know what you wanted to be?
Total opposite. Creativity was my thing. Wanted to be an artist. Just that was it.
Like drawing.
Yeah,
that
just
kind of
wanted to kind of paint for a living. Got to college, realized, found this discipline. At that time, it was called commercial art. Still using the word graphic design, which kind of made sense. You had the word art in it. You had the word commercial, which stood out as an income. And yeah, that was the route that I went down. So I always knew that it had to be something artistic, and yeah, so I entered into the design field, and yeah, that's kind of brought me to where I am now.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to our matter of chat, and our matter of chat this week is all about the Turpins. Now, for those who have been living under a rock, the Turpins are a couple, or a family should I say, and there's 2 parents and 13 kids. Now, last week sometime, the 17-year-old, so I think the kids range from 29 to 2 years old, so from 2 to 29, the 17-year-old broke out of the house. Well, I'm not sure of the stories, these are all alleged. Well, they broke out of the house and called 911 from a mobile that they found in the house, and basically told the police that her siblings were being basically tied and like chained to the beds and just mistreated, attacked, and all sorts of things in their home. Now, what I find hard to believe is that nobody knew that this was going on. I mean, we live in 2018. I don't care what anyone says. When the family in that, you know, at the end of the street don't come out, or they're really old, or they come out all in one, like all the kids come out all together, unless they're Mormons, like, or whatever the other culture is. Like, it's not happening. I don't believe it. I don't believe that so many people could see this family or not see this family, but be living on the same street, or even family. They had one of the aunts said that she's not been allowed in the property, things like that. I just don't believe that things like this can be going on for so long without anybody having any idea. What do you guys think about this story?
Well, yeah, I mean, when I first kind of saw it, I was just in shock. Kind of similar to yourself, like how something like that go unnoticed, you know, if that was my neighbour. And then I thought to myself, actually, I don't even know the goings on of my neighbours, my own neighbours.
But would you know when something's suspicious, you know when something's spooky.
The thing is, I'm questioning.
What would you do in that situation? So
that's the problem,
right,
there,
so
and that's what
when you see, I'm sure I've seen weird stuff happening, just like, you know, just in my neighbourhood and amongst my neighbours, and you look at it and you think, it's kind of weird. Why are you doing, or why are you out at that time of the morning, or what's happening? You think these things, but what do you actually do? I mean, your action after you've seen it. What is it? You know, because I'm not inclined to kind of pick up the phone and start calling social services or police or whatever. So I think these, for me, when I break it down, I think actually, yeah, something weird could be going on under my nose, but my action, having seen it, is probably going to be nothing. I'm just going to go on about my daily business and mind my own business.
Do you think that's the problem though? Sorry, what was you going to say?
No, I mean, I was just thinking like the levels of psychological abuse that must have gone on, because they were out, you know, they came out, there's pictures of them outside of their house.
Sorry, I thought you meant new pictures, but no, yes.
No.
Yeah,
so
that's what
you know,
gets
it's
me.
kind of like the fact that kind of confused me as well. So, and again, it's you know, I haven't fully interrogated the story, but you know, were they under that clearly they were under so much mental pressure that they weren't able to even shout about it kind of themselves.
When they were
yeah, it's just, you know, and especially like having a child and that, it's just like, yeah, it's not.
It's so bizarre.
Sad.
It's such a bizarre story.
Do what you like, don't you